Hey guys, big ol' welcome back to the channel. Today we're out here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, picking up a load that's delivering tomorrow at 6. But the reason you're here is why you clicked. We're going to be teaching you how to float gears in a semi-truck today. So the truck that I'm in is a 10-speed truck, and the rule of thumb that I'm going to teach you works for most 10-speed trucks. So let's get on into it. So in this truck that I'm showing you how to float gears on, it is a 10-speed. This rule of thumb definitely works for 10 speeds. I'm not sure if it works for trucks with other transmissions, but if you're learning how to float gears, if you stay within this rule of thumb, it's going to help you every time. So basically the rule of thumb, there's one rule with this, is staying within 5,000 RPMs. So you've got these different blocks here, 10, 15, 10, sorry, 20, 15, 10. So basically when you're starting out, the best thing to do is stay between this 10 and 15 mark. So when you start out in third gear, you're going to let the clutch out nice and slow, get started how you usually do. But when you start accelerating at third gear, you're going to accelerate, and when your RPMs get up to 15,000, you're going to let off the accelerator, push the stick shift into neutral, and as those RPMs fall, you're going to come down to 10,000. That's that 5,000 RPM rule right there. So you're going to shift into fourth gear once those RPMs hit 10,000. So now you're in fourth gear, you're going to accelerate back up to 15,000 RPMs, and then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to let off the accelerator and at the same time move that stick shift into neutral, and as the RPMs fall to 10, you shift into the next gear. So now you'll be in fifth. Same thing. Accelerate up to 15,000. Once you get to that point, let off the accelerator at the very same time, move your stick shift into neutral, and then as the RPMs are falling, and they hit 10,000, go into sixth gear. Now you're going to do that all the way up until, whatever gear you're trying to get to cruise. Now, with downshifting, it's the same thing, same rule of thumb. You're going to still use those 5,000 RPMs, but it's going to be reversed. So if say you're in 10th gear now, and you're on the highway, and you're going to come up to an exit, you're cruising at 15,000 RPMs, what you're going to want to do first is use your brake pedal, slow your speed down, and once your engine speed is at those 10,000 RPMs, now what you're going to do is you're going to slowly remove your foot off the accelerator. At the same time, just like last time, you're going to move the stick shift into neutral, and while you're rolling, put your foot back on the accelerator so that you can raise your RPMs up to 15,000. So you're going to do that, raise your RPMs to 15,000, and then you're going to move the stick shift into ninth gear. So easily explained, the reason why you're raising your RPMs to 15,000 is because at the top of ninth gear, your engine's going to have to be going that fast to match the speed of the gear in ninth gear. So basically, now we're in ninth gear, you just shifted from 10th to 9th, and you got to slow down again because now you're at 15,000 RPMs again. So you got to slow down with your brakes or your Jake brake, come down to 10,000 RPMs. You're going to let your foot off the accelerator. You're going to move the stick shift back into neutral, and then you're going to put your foot back on the accelerator, accelerate the RPMs to 15,000 RPMs, and once it's at that 15, now you can stick the stick shift into 8th gear, and so on to continue downshifting down to like 6th, to however slow you need to come to a stop. So yeah, it's a very, very easy concept for these 10 speeds if you use that rule of 5,000 RPMs thumb. Another thing I will say is you don't have to use 10 and 15. You could be at 12,000, and then with the rule of 5,000 RPMs, you could do it between 12,000 and 17, or 11 and 16, or 15 and 20, whatever you want. But when you're starting to float gears, the best thing to do is just to stay at the 10 and 15 and get used to that 5,000 RPM limit, because eventually what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to do it by just hearing the engine noise as well, and it's going to start coming natural to you. But to get started, 10 and 15. When you're shifting up, accelerate to 15, and then drop it. Once the RPMs drop to 10, that's when you shift. And when you're slowing down, you're going to slow the RPMs down to 10. You're going to go to neutral. You're going to bring the RPMs back up with your foot, and then you're going to shift in. at 15. So you're going to slow down to 10, shift back in at 15, and that's going to slow you down. So I'm going to show you that in action here. I apologize beforehand about some of this tapping noise. I have this dash cam that rattles that I'm going to be fixing. But yep, I'm about to show you that in action, so I'll see you there. All right, guys, this is going to more accurately describe what I'm talking about with the RPMs. So right now we're starting in third. We're going to pull out with our clutch the only time we're going to use it. We're going to get up to a little over 15. So we're going to drop down, and because we were at like 18, went to 13. Now we're at 18 again. We're going to come back down to 13. 18 again. Come back down to 13. So that's what I'm talking about with the 5,000 RPMs. We're at 17. I'm going to come down to 12. And I'm not even using my foot on the clutch at all. I'm just doing what I told you earlier. 17 down to 12. It's that 5,000 RPM rule. So now that we've gained some speed, just gotta slow down here. There's some construction coming up. So this would be a perfect opportunity to show you how to downshift. So we're gonna slow down here to 10,000 RPMs. We're gonna put it in neutral. Now I'm gonna raise it up to 15. Oh, well, about 15. I'm gonna slip it right in, and now we're in 7th gear. We were in 8th. So let's pick it up again. We're at 15. We're gonna drop it down to 10. Bring those RPMs up to 15. Neutral, 10. Right now we're in 9th gear. 15. Neutral, 10. So just like that, we're in 10th gear and we're cruising. That's all it takes. So just for the matter of showing you one more time with downshifting, because downshifting can be a bit trickier with floating gears than shifting up. I'm sure as you guys have learned how to drive trucks, you all notice that downshifting is a bit harder than shifting up. So right now we're at 10, so we're going to move into neutral. The one thing I will say is sometimes when you're moving into neutral, you need to give it just a tap on the gas to get it to come out of gear and go into neutral. Just a very light tap as you're trying to push it out, and that'll move it out into neutral. So we're going to tap it into neutral here, and now we're going to raise to 15 and go to 9th gear. And right when I got to 15, I put it in gear. Now we're going to slow down with our brakes again down to 10. We're going to go to neutral, and we're going to go to 15. And now we're in 8th. And that's how you do it. 15 to 10 right there. Do one more shift up to 9th for you. So there's a more accurate depiction of what I'm talking about with those 5,000 RPM ranges. So like I said, I'll show you it again while rolling. So say that you need to come to a stop a little bit quicker. So right here is the perfect time to shift down. So since we're at 10, we're going to go into neutral, raise them to 15, and go into gear. You can also shift down a little bit quicker. Say you're at 17,000 RPMs, you can slow down to 12 and then do it again. So one more time I'll show you guys downshifting. So since we're at 8, we're going to downshift. We're going to move it to 13,000 RPMs, and it goes right in. Go down to 10, neutral, 15, slow down to 10, hit the neutral, go up to 15, slow down to 10, neutral, 15, and now we're in 6th gear, and we're coming to a stop. Alright guys, so like I said, you're only going to need the clutch when you start driving. So we're going to push the clutch in, and for me, we have an empty trailer right now, so we're going to put it in 3rd gear. So you don't need to start in 1st every time. So what you're going to do, slowly let it out like normal, let off the brake, let her eat. So now what you're going to do, take your foot off the clutch. Right now at this point you're rolling. So to start going, you're going to accelerate. Once your RPMs get up to 15,000 here, you're going to let off, and you're going to just switch it from 3rd to 4th, and you're in. Do the same thing. Once you get up to 15, let off the RPMs, go fourth to fifth. And there your floating gears are. Guys, we're in third, we're letting off the clutch. So we're going to start moving, let off the accelerator, just go to fourth. It's that easy. We'll make a turn here. Alright, so now we're in fourth, no clutch. We get up to 15, we're going to just shift it down. It's pretty simple. So like I said, with the golden rule, you want to stay 5,000 RPMs when you shift. So like right now we're at 15, and we shift and let it go down to 10, it shifts perfectly. Get it back up to 15, shift, let it go down to 10, and you're in. So right now we're in 8th gear. I don't know if we're gonna, yeah, get to 15 again. Go the accelerator, and once it gets to 10, you put it in gear. So it's, that one missed. That's it. So basically now, you can hear that we're bogging down a little bit. So downshift, we're going to go from 10 to 15. So at 10, we're going to pull it out of gear into neutral, and we're going to accelerate up to 15, and then put it right in. Show you that again. So we're going to go down to 10, use our brake, slow down to 10, then we're going to accelerate to put it in neutral, bring the RPMs up to 15,000, and just push it into the next gear, the next lower gear. It's pretty simple. Alright guys, we're going to let off the clutch again. We're in third, 15 to 10. You already know. Literally, every gear is pretty much the same. If you just follow this RPM guide that I'm telling you, every gear is going to work out the same. Like I said, the main thing to remember is that 5,000 RPM threshold. It's the same for shifting up and shifting down. So I know you guys have been seeing a lot of shifting up here in this video, and you might have some more questions about shifting down, because that's a little bit trickier. So right now we're at 9th, we're going to slow down to 8th gear. So shifting down is backwards. Basically, you're going to go 10,000 RPMs to 15,000 RPMs. So we're going to slow down to 10,000, and then we're going to come to neutral, and we're going to put it to 15, and it goes right in. So now we're in 8th. We're going to slow down to 10,000 RPMs. We're going to put it in neutral. Use your accelerator, bring it 15, and put it in gear, and you're in. Now we're in 7th. We're going to slow down to 6th next. We're going to slow down to 10,000 RPMs again. Put it in neutral. And accelerate to 15. And now you're downshifting. So like I said, really the main thing to take out of all of this is just that 5,000 RPM threshold. Like I said, you don't have to be 10 to 15. You could be at 18,000 RPMs and shift down to 13,000. Or you could be at 12,000 RPMs and shift down to 7,000. But the most important thing out of all this is that you just stay within that 5,000 RPM limit. So thanks for tuning in this week, guys. If you liked the video, drop a comment below and subscribe. Next week's video, I think we're going to be getting away from trucking a little bit, and we're going to be doing some magnet fishing and kayaking, some dirt biking, some outdoorsy stuff. So hope to see you there. And take care.